Welcome back to Goldwynn Dinner Club. I'm Grif.
I'm Parker. We're charging up.
Getting ready to fight Ridley. Ripley.
Getting rid.
Was
of
Ridley named after Ripley?
I think after Ridley Scott, the director of Alien.
Oh, that makes more sense than Ripley. Did they just like flip the P upside down?
And I think if I recall, when they said like, "Oh, Samus Aran's name," they were just like, "We wanted a cool, tough name." Sam Aran, like an American kind of hero, and that was it. Gearing up. I love it. Go, Samus. Samus. Go. Oh my god. I'm just like... I'm getting so anxious just at the speed of this.
Do you know that that sharks can't be kept in tanks, like big sharks, like great whites, because they
not enough room?
They can't swim in a circle. Sharks swim in random directions at every moment.
Interesting.
They'll if you put them in a tank, they'll just keep bashing their head until they die. And like they put tracking devices on a great white shark. Oh my god. Yeah. And the sharks were just like, there was no pattern. Like they were just swimming making random choices every couple of seconds.
It's because they knew they had the tracking device, man.
They're like, oh, this is going to mess with their minds. You can't do science on me. I'm a shark.
It's the Jurassic World bit. How did it know where to look for the implant? It remembered when they put it in. I'm like, is that line supposed to be badass? It doesn't feel that way. It just seems kind of silly. That shark bashing their head against the glass reminds me of and I wish I could find it online. It lives in my head as a magical memory from the Conan O'Brien Tonight Show that lasted less than a year. One of the bits was he went to like Madame Tussauds wax museum, and they were selling off like outdated models, and they had a Tom Cruise and a Henry Winkler, and he bought both of them.
I remember this, yeah.
And Tom Cruise's they would have real human hands come up over the side of a bathroom stall and then raise up the Tom Cruise like wax doll, so that he was and I'm like, how the hell do you trade that for Jay Leno?
I know.
How? That is the funniest possible shit.
That was Conan at his absolute like best.
At the height of, and then they crushed his ego, and I mean, he still kept kicking, but
it made no sense that they canceled his Tonight Show. It was so good.
It was, I don't know, garbage decision. Anyway, there was a bit he did with him where they wouldn't let the wax Tom Cruise bit go. Like, it just kept getting laughs. And one of the bits was they would just hard cut to the audience, and he would be behind this plexiglass bashing his face against it. Like the shark trying to get out of and it would just be with this fixed evil grin, just smashing his face like, let me in there. And I can't get that image out of my head. I will close my eyes and see it like a rictus Joker grin Tom Cruise. I
actually went to a Conan show once.
Well, yeah, which iteration?
When he was doing late night.
Reserve Tank.
It was Andy Richter wasn't there at the time. It was in the time when Andy Richter wasn't the sidekick. Mm-hmm. I forget who the drummer's name was. His sidekick was the drummer
Max Weinberg.
Max Weinberg. And before the show, Max Weinberg, he did like a set and then gave his drumsticks. I guess he does this every show, but he gave his drumsticks to my friend who got us the tickets.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. And like, Conan came out and like, you know, he like warmed up the audience a little bit before the show started. And the special guest was Gary Sinise.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the Steppenwolf Theater Company. Remember hearing a story about Conan warming up the crowd that someone told him, hey, you got to not do that. They're like, you're coming out and warming them up for you. So they're already hot. And then they're like, what's going to come next? And it's you. So they got nowhere to go. You got to start a little colder.
Well,
and then you come out and you're even funnier.
It's because if you've ever been in the audience of a TV show like that, you know it's like it's stressful and frustrating up until that point. Up until you're sitting in the seat, you've been wrangled like a cow for the past like hour, and like people like telling you where to stand and like telling you not to make noise.
Yeah,
and
I think it goes a long way ingratiating him to the crowd. It's like, I'm here. I'm a human. So are you. Like, it's a good idea. But
there were people literally making like moo noises and stuff while we were waiting. It was like people were getting really frustrated. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, because you're basically an extra on a TV show.
Just to see a slice of comedy.
Yeah.
Just the tiniest bit. Yeah, Tom Cruise bashing his head against the glass tank.
I love the he would do the Walker Texas Ranger lever.
It's still good to this day.
Yeah, and there was that one clip with Haley Joel Osment.
Oh God.
It's
horrendous. Don't even quote it.
I won't. But it was like, it was like what?
Way out of context.
And then you'd watch the episode. It actually wasn't like that out of context with what was going on in the show.
I'm saying Conan plays it out of context.
Yeah. He would just play a clip out of context and it'd make no sense. But yeah, look up the Haley Joel Osment clip from Walker Texas Ranger. It's like
the other good one is there's two ladies in what looks like a studio, and they're singing they're singing a church hymn. God, what is it? It's something about like walking amen by hallelujah by and by I'll fly away. And while they're doing that, somebody is doing intense martial arts with a sword, and the sword is going like under them, between them, in slow motion. Like they're being held hostage, and he's like, yeah, sing that hymn for me about Jesus, while he swings his sword all around. And it's just it's insane. But him pulling that lever.
Yeah, and my favorite was his last week at NBC.
Oh yeah.
After he'd like been pissed off about what they'd done, and he just used that week to just air all these grievances
and spend their money.
Yeah, just wasting their money on stuff. It was so good.
The Bugatti Veyron mouse.
And do you remember when oh my God, what's his name? The guy who used to play Burt Reynolds on SNL.
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. Remember when he came out?
Yeah, he got him a welcome basket.
Yeah, welcome basket. Like, congratulations on getting on the Tonight Show. No one can ever take that away from you.
That's right. That's what the card said. Yeah, and Conan. I think one of Conan's last words were, "Kids, never give up on your dreams, because you can do anything that you want, as long as Jay Leno doesn't also want to do that thing." Oh, there's so many good moments from that time, and you know there's that like made for TV movie they did about like Jay Leno and Letterman fighting over the Carson show, called like The Late Shift.
I've seen that.
Why have they not made one with Conan and Leno?
I don't know. Yeah, The Late Shift was really good.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I need it.
They'll probably make one someday.
So, do you have a cheating? Have you seen this folks to be on about this? Yeah, let's go. He kind of sounds like Cousin It a little bit. Have you seen this? Have you heard about that
reference?
They're gonna love it.
I guess they just had a movie with Cousin It in it.
Yeah, played by Snoop. Look, kids love Leno, and kids love Cousin It. I mean, who's to say the audience is kid? There's probably mostly sad 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a judgment. I'm a
sad 30-year-old. We're everywhere. There's dozens of us.
I think most people are sad by default.
And most people are 30 by default.
Yes, I think
it's actually not true. The average age for people is the youngest age possible, just because people die.
Grim. Oh man, we keep it light here at Goldwynn Dinner Club. We keep it fluffy, just like all of our mini desserts. The dessert cart will be coming by. Please try the tiramisu. It's old.
We're out of everything chocolate, but we have vanilla, so
everything is coffee flavored and it's awful and dry.
Everything's just pecan flavored.
You're gonna get a lot of like cocoa powder, but no actual chocolate.
You want some cookies? There's no sugar in it. It's pecan flavored.
You want some cookies? It's an actual pecan.
It's an oatmeal raisin cookie, except there's no raisins, and it's not a cookie. It's just oatmeal.
It's a bag of dry steel cut oats. Make you real regular. Oh. Are we winding up soon, or do I have a little bit of time to go on a tear?
You have time to go on a tear. Go on it.
I'm going on a tear. Wilford Brimley oatmeal commercials. If you have lived any amount of time on this planet and you have not watched Wilford Brimley Quaker Oats commercials, you have not truly lived at all. Go watch them all. I'm going to talk to you about my favorite one. So Wilford Brimley.
We're out of time. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. No. I promise you it's worth it. Wilford Brimley is sitting at the table, shoveling Quaker Oats into his mouth, wearing like a big puffy vest. You know, he's the guy from the Beatus commercials. He's got his big stash. Classic Western country.
Ooh, we're about to fight Ridley.
Here we come. That's nasty. Perfect time to talk about this.
Wilford Brimley while we fight Ridley.
Samus, eat your oatmeal. You're going to need it. So this little girl's saying goodbye to her mom. Mom's like, oh, get out there, honey. She's like, oh, okay, see you later. She's like, oh, I know she's so worried about her test. Oh, God, she studied so hard.
Oh, God.
And Wilford Brimley, like, puts his hand on on his spoon, like, puts down his oatmeal for a little bit, and he goes, you did the best you could. She's out that door. She's on her own. And he goes, and with a full belly full of Quaker Oats, that'll warm her up, stick to her ribs all morning. No cold cereal could do all that. You feel better? And she's like, yeah, I do. And the end. And I'm like, what the hell? First of all, she's out that door. She's on her own. I'm like, that's a little stoic there, Grandpa. Like maybe a little bit of tenderness for your child. And that'll stick to her ribs, warm her up all morning. No cold cereal could do all that. Who's talking about cold cereal, old man? Nobody brought it up. Mom is worried that she didn't help her study enough. Oh, I thought you were worried that you fed her cold cereal and it wasn't good enough. No, Grandpa, I think it's time to talk about... No, please don't put me in the home. I think it's time to talk about the home. Anyway, all these commercials are like super macho and kind of weird. And every time I watch them, I think about like what an odd relationship he must have with his daughter that's kind of strained. There's never a husband in the picture. Like Grandpa moved in because there was a messy divorce, but he kind of sucks too. And this mom is just trying to keep it together and he won't stop talking about oats. It's amazing. We got another creep bot. Oh, the gold one. Oh man, this one's a nightmare.
He's throwing rockets at you. Oh my God.
Super missiles, yeah. Eat them. Oh, I hate the noise this thing makes. I butchered it because I got through it quickly because I wanted you to enjoy this fight. But please look up the Wilford Brimley oatmeal commercials. They're fascinating on a whole other level.
Go to
She's out there. She's on her own.
If you've never been to YouTube.com, then you have amnesia from right now.
Also, it will make you want it. Like whoever hired him was right. It does make you want some damn oatmeal, and then you have oatmeal, and you're like, oh no, I remember why I don't eat this. It's not good. Not even kind of. Oh, he's catching her missiles.
Oh, is he?
That's what it looks like.
I thought he just was finding them. Because don't all the missiles and stuff aren't those Choso technology? Well, this looks like a good place to end the episode, too.
All right. What a spectacular end.
Well, that's been another episode of Goldwynn Dinner Club. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.